Dark Night with Poe and Monroe.
Open at Midnight by Mark.
I told you to leave.
Lacey Finley. The old man hobbled slowly down the street, leaning.
Your ability isn't endless. It will run out at some point.
Hi, Hi.
From the doorway of the boarded-up shop across the street, two young men watched.
Chief DuPont, there's been loads of people coming around asking questions. I don't even know half of them.
Has Sam been to see you? The detective? Bronwyn. Did Dorota collect coins? Has Sam been to...
No? Wait, I get it now. Yeah, someone dropped by. I'm not speaking to them though.
You should.
Really? Alright. But I don't think they're taking Dorota's murder seriously enough. I know, I agree. Because she tipped you off. If I manage to get into her room, what am I looking for again?
Anything that ties her to the murder. You're going to break and enter. Anything that ties her to the murder.
Okay. That sounds easier said than done though.
Did Dorota collect coins?
Not that I know of. She collected thimbles. She said she didn't need any. She had hard calluses on her fingers from all the cello.
Have you looked in Dorota's bedroom?
Not since the murder. There's still a load of my stuff in there. I climb in through the window, but it's on the 3rd floor.
An overdose? Enough to kill me 5 times over. I suspect I survived.
Why is Sam still questioning me? Do I need to bring up Mr. Hedges again?
Are you threatening me?
Exactly.
What?
Mr. Hedges. The man you asked me to put up, who then, died.
And then what?
And then we buried him together so nobody would find out any of this ringing any bells.
We buried someone?
Not literally speaking. You took the body and you said you'd bury it, but, I'm an accomplice. We'd both be going down.
The police manhunt after the body was found.
You have a recognizable knock, Chief DuPont. I'll remember not to answer next time.
Do you know Dorota's boyfriend?
I've met him once, yes.
Just the once? When did you meet?
This morning.
What did you talk about?
The weather and some other things which I'm not at liberty to discuss. Feel free to ask him, though.
Harco without looking suspicious on the surveillance cameras. Cross, more anonymous than the tube, and fewer. Pulled up the hood and walk out into the rain. Conviction.
Oscar Wainwright, what a surprise.
Asking to get rolled. Feel hostile in the back of my head as I head to the dark end of the street.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Innocent passerby the chance to save himself. The footsteps slow.
Miss Castle, more unexpected pleasures.
What did Dorota's boyfriend say about me? I was nowhere near Dorota. What?
Something about a message you wouldn't deliver? Did you want him to be a special friend? Is that why you killed his girlfriend?
I didn't kill Dorota.
Yeah, let's do this again. Chief, I didn't kill Dorota. I was in my room. Oh, but you can't prove it, Bronwyn. You're going to jail for a long time.
I was nowhere near Dorota last night.
You said you were with another one of the readers. All I'm saying is that Violet didn't recall seeing any of you.
Violet doesn't remember where she was.
Did she tell you that? She's playing with you to get you to open up.
I was over it, that I was okay, that I could live a normal life.
Didn't expect you to come back. Have you contacted Dorota?
No. Yes.
Really? You actually spoke to her? Did she say anything else? Is she okay? Who killed her?
It's...
Okay, that's okay. She forgives me. I guess she didn't have time to elaborate.
I'm sorry the police ignored our prediction. Do you get on with Dorota's family? I'm sorry the...
It's okay, just... How did you know? How did you come up with a name and then... she's gone?
She's not gone. She's waiting to pass. How could someone even get into Dorota's...
The usual way? The front door. Like, it's a townhouse and she's on the 3rd floor. So, other than teleporting or a big ladder, that's the only way.
Do you get on with Dorota's family?
Not really. Especially not now. They're convinced I got her into the wrong crowd or something. Am I really a bad influence?
Yes. No.
Thanks, Bronwyn. I know it's a bit soon, but maybe we can grab coffee sometime? Just to chat about things.
No. Yes.
I like you, Bronwyn. How about soon? How about tonight? I can come to the guest house?
No, sure.
So it's a date? Sort of. I'll see you soon. Hi. Hey. Hello. Sorry, I'm not used to dating so soon.
I'm actually not in the mood anymore.
I wasn't sure I was thinking on doing anything, physical.
Get up on the bed. It's okay. We can talk. Just sit on the bed.
Thanks, Bronwyn. I'm still trying to make sense of it all. I noticed I've got some Earl Grey in the hallway. I know it sounds a bit rude, but I'd really like some if you wouldn't mind.
Sure, I'll be right back. Actually, I don't like leaving people alone in my room.
Well, what if I wanted you to leave so that I could make myself more comfortable for you?
Get out. I know what you're trying to do. Get out. I know what you're trying to do.
I have no idea how you knew what was going to happen to Dorota, and neither did the police. We're going to find out, and when we do, you're going to pay. You're going to pay for what you've done.
Balance. Sorry. I don't smoke. I look him in the face. He looks rough. Sweating, even though it's after midnight and cool. His eyes are glazed over.
You can tell Sam about Birmingham.
Well, what can I tell Sam that you haven't already?
You know Sam likes a fact check.
I don't really know Sam. But if you're sure, then I guess I'm sure.
What did you tell the police you were doing last night?
I told them the truth. That I was in my room. I'm not sure if they can fact check it, but it's the only alibi I've got. Kind of wish we'd all stuck together now.
When should we do another reading? The police think it's me, don't they?
Looks that way. Have you been feeling possessed lately?
Why possessed?
You're kidding, right?
Fence is on fire, even though I'm riding pillion. The hunter now becomes the hunted, freezes. My hand seize him with strength. Next, as the left reaches the...
Oh, Bron, I'm so glad you're here. We need to talk.
Is something wrong?
No one can hear us, right? I mean, I'm assuming this room isn't bugged, although knowing Violet, there's probably cameras everywhere.
You think Violet's a voyeur?
Probably. I don't know. She has that look about her, don't you think? Like she knows something she's not letting on. I wouldn't be surprised if there's cameras hidden in the wardrobe.
What have you got to hide?
Nothing. Though I'd rather she didn't see me dancing around in my underwear. I only do that for people I love.
Do you love me?
Of course I do, Bron. See? And now that's on film. I hope you enjoyed that, Violet. Listen, we need to talk about our alibi.
What about our alibi?
I know you said it would be better if we said we were together, but lying about your alibi, that's pretty serious. Are you sure it was a good idea?
No, lying makes things worse.
Then why'd you tell me to do it? We could have just told the truth. What will happen if they find out we're lying?
They won't find out. We'll be arrested.
Don't let them arrest me, Bron. You know I couldn't handle it. I'd cry so hard.
Post-orgasmic lethargy fills me as I wait in the rain.
Hello, I'm Rain.
The paranoid wait to see if they're going to catch me this time.
Ah, Rain, can I help?
About last night,
Was there a problem?
my tap was dripping, but I fixed it. Where were you?
Dripping? Maybe I was in my bedroom. That's out of bounds to you.
A warm bath and wonder whether they found the body.
Don't forget the group reading, Ray. By which I mean, if you see Lexi, tell her not to forget the group reading.
What's the plan?
We still don't know what we're dealing with. There's every chance that it could just be a normal human murder.
What if it's not a normal human murder?
Then we have to assume that it's some kind of traveller.
Like in Birmingham?
Yeah, like in Birmingham.
Term, I can see no end to it.
What do you think of Sam?
Oh, I'll totally hit that. Apart from the whole investigating Bronwyn for murder thing, of course. But that's a minor flaw. I can work around it.
I hear Sam likes you too.
Really? Well, you know, I'm not surprised. I am a total babe.
He was looking forward to a good long soak in a hot bath to restore the circulation. After that, well, a new coat anyway. He wondered how many times more he would have to do this. Surely it owed him that.
She flaunts herself. Her body. Had boudoir photographs taken. Who do you think those photos were for, Sam? Her mother? Ask Zach Weston. He took them. Vicar's son? No, as far as I can tell, Oscar is a good boy. But we've all got different faces now, haven't we, Sam? Masks we wear. I could be a satanic cultist behind closed doors, but you'd never know, would you, Sam? Zach's the local photographer. You should go and talk to him, Sam. You're good at talking. At Weston's Photographic, off the high road. It's late, but he's always there. I have a good memory. I'm still holding grudges from when I was 4.
Worthy of it. And it could be quite... It's actually quite a common thing to suffer.
Yes, he came to see me. He wanted to know that she was okay, spiritually speaking. He confided in me quite a bit, actually. He seemed to appreciate having someone to talk to, and he knew I couldn't tell anyone what he said. Oh, Sam. You know I can't do that. Tarot reader client confidentiality. To protect Lexi. None of this is her fault and she gets anxious easily. I was just trying to take the pressure off. I'm sorry, Sam. I never usually lie. I was logged into Tarotasm. It's a phone reading service and I get paid by the minute. Which, now that I'm saying it, is not something I really should be bragging about.
Observing in the dream is...
Sam, what can I do for you? We didn't. Lexi used a Ouija board to get the name. It kinda did. It's hard getting an exact name out of 78 cards, but considering we'd never heard of Dorota Shaw, it painted a pretty good picture otherwise. No. Lexi needs to give it context from the tarot reading. A lot of the time it comes up with nothing. Or a sordid comment directed at Lexi. I think that's why she keeps using it, to be honest. Once we thought there was going to be a murder, Lexi used the Ouija board to find out the victim's name. It spelled out Dorota. This is going to sound weird. Most people believe Ouija boards contact the dead. So if Lexi contacts a dead person, that person needs to know what happens in the future. Ergo, maybe the person she's contacting is from the future. A time traveller who died here. Yes. Well, not just time travel, time and space travel is also possible. If we accept the fact there are multiple realities, we must also accept there are others like us who found a way to travel between these realities. We're trying to save people. I said we're trying. We have a gift. We have Mercury, the tarot. It tells us where bad things are going to happen, and we try and stop them. Birmingham. We couldn't save anyone there either. The problem with travellers is... Well, let's put a pin in this one, Sam. Well, that's just awesome, Sam. You won't mind if I check with her first, though, will you?
Different rooms, different areas, different parts of her life.
Hi, I'm Bron.
Them. So, all these different parts have issues. Have not been filled and have not been repaired. So I think issues in different aspects of her life, and it's a perpetual.
Yeah, I went round there in the afternoon. Her parents were at work, and we were, hanging out. I left at about 5. Playing football. It was just 5-a-side. Finished at about 9:30. I called her, but she never picked up. Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted Dorota to focus on her music. Not long, a couple of months maybe. We did care for each other. No one. She was really popular. What, you mean watching us? That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place you could have hidden would be in the closet, and I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet. Not hidden. Well, she liked it. Liked me to watch. Not other guys, just... She had these voyeur fantasies. She'd ask me to hide in the upstairs closet, and then she'd walk in and strip off, start touching herself. She got upset if I came out before she'd finished. I'm sorry, is this helping with the investigation? Clothes, mainly. I did see something that freaked me out a bit. She had a wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it, but we never talked about it. Not even as a joke. That's personal. I can't really explain it. I'm just floating at the moment. Nothing seems real. Yeah, but she said she couldn't, so... No, not to me anyway. She wasn't into fortune telling or any of that stuff. Yeah, Chief DuPont told me. He thinks it's one of them that killed her. Bronwyn?
At the clinic cost most of Mother's jewelry. Then there was the vessel to pay for. That cost Pen her books and a few items of clothing. Even so, a human vessel was out of the question. Animals...
Hi Sam, back for more already? No, I think Bronwyn met him though. You'd have to ask her, or him. It's not my place to say. I didn't. How did you find out? Am I in trouble? It was only a little white lie, nothing else. It wasn't even that much of a lie. We're both here, in the guest house. We just happened to be in different rooms. If I had proof, Ron wouldn't have made this all up. I'm sorry, Sam, I really am. I know how this must look, but I couldn't kill anything, honest. Oh, it's just your run-of-the-mill spirit communication device? Want to know how it works? Cool, okay. So Ouija boards send us messages from the spirit world, right? But where is the spirit world? I mean, there's planets and stars and space. The spirit world must be really far away beyond all that. With so far to travel, messages from the spirit world must take ages to get here. Like how light from the sun takes 8 minutes or something to reach us. You still with me? Oh, you're sweet. Where was I? Oh, so here's my point. The spirit world is actually several hours ahead of us. That's how we get messages about things that haven't happened yet. That's how we got Dorota's name. Because in the spirit world, she was already dead. I know, mind-blowing. Traveller, that's a really old role-playing game, isn't it? Oh, did you now? Well then, you know what I know. I guess you must be a part of our inner circle. How does it feel?
It's a small man wearing robes, and he looks... It's 7 o'clock, and here's the latest August update. Chief DuPont of August Police is urging residents to be vigilant tonight following the brutal murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Whilst he stresses there is no immediate threat to the community at large, residents should be on the lookout until the killer is in police custody. Miss Shaw was found strangled in her bedroom home last night. Poe, I heard she was found by her mother.
Truly awful. Mother caught me up to all sorts of mischief in my bedroom. Also in the news, emergency services were called to the crossroads at Grange Avenue and Church Street following a collision between two cars. There are no reports of any serious injuries, but you might want to take a different route for now.
Oh no. It's going to be one of those nights, Poe.
Stick with me, doll. I'll keep you safe.
I'm not going anywhere. That's 7 o'clock with Poe and Monroe. Well, I wish I hadn't seen this.
Pose.
If you have anything else on Zach Weston, let me know.
Dark Night with Owen Monroe. The sprinklers hiss down. I crawl out of Jimmy's upside-down Toyota, clutching his spare magazine.
Sorry, we're closed. Come back tomorrow or make an appointment online. Yes. What do you want? The Shores. Oh. You mean that girl who got killed? What was her name? Dorothy? I see a lot of faces in my studio, but I'm not good with names. Wait. Dorota? I remember now. For the August Chronicle. She won some sort of award. I remember her cello. It kept reflecting the flash and ruining the shot. No, I went to her house, along with the reporter. It's better with these human interest stories to capture them in a natural habitat. If you asked me to drive there without my sat-nav, no. No, actually, I've been running a special offer on portraits since she came in for a studio session. Wait there. As you can see, there's photos here. Her on the cello. Now this one's in colour. Beautiful hair. Oh, legs wrapped around. Another one here. Oh, hang on. Do you see what I see? Nothing. She's just a very attractive girl. That's all. What do you mean? Violet needs to mind her own business. I didn't want to mention them out of respect for the dead. You've heard of boudoir photography. It's all very tasteful. Boudoir photographs are all about leading the eye and letting the imagination do the work. Most photographers mess it up. It's not supposed to resemble a Victorian whorehouse. She didn't say. Her boyfriend, I assume. Would you, like to see them? Okay. As you can see, it's all very artistic. Dorota was a natural. She lit up the front of the camera. Want to see the videos? That's a good one. Oh. Here they are. Oh, not that one. Ah. This is the one. Here you go. There's more. This is the stuff. She's, how you say, acting? Friends, yes. I know Violet very well. Violet takes it very well, actually. I like him like that. With a frosty exterior comes a soft, warm center. I'm sorry my analogy wasn't explicit enough for you. Yes, we have sex. Here. I'm usually here most nights. Only the roof rats.
Clothing. Even so.
How did you hear about that? Anyway, it wasn't a date. I was doing a favour for Chief DuPont. Only lasted a few minutes. Yeah, funny. Look, it's really not any of your business, Sam. That's between me and the Chief, alright? No? Who's that? Okay, so this Zach guy was connected to Dorota. Took pictures of her. Were they sleeping together? You can tell me if she was. I don't care. Look, I mean, if you're going around asking all these questions, if you find out anything like that, I'd want you to tell me. She's not a case, she's my girlfriend. Please, if you find out anything at all, let me know. You walk away at the end of all this, but it stays with me for the rest of my life. Her what? Boudoir photos? She sent some private photos to me by phone. Do you mean them? Yeah, I'll put them in an album for you. No.
In 2 months, Pen grew thinner than she'd ever been. Thinner and harder. There were no more soft little rolls of fat.
Ugh, do we really have to? How vulgar. Yes, I suppose that is what he'd say. But I've never let him lay a finger on me. He says we're in a relationship, but he doesn't act like it. He says he loves me, that I'm the only one for him. A rose by any other name? I don't think so.
Or because I wanted to. It's a long story. Bang, bang, bang.
Sam, look, I can't talk right now. I'm doing phone readings.
Been set up. I'd shot Vanessa, and
We've got to stop meeting like this. Seriously though, Sam, I'm working. Can't it wait?
think, quickly pulling out the desk drawers.
I met him yesterday, doing the rounds, looking for reading work. Actually, he did mention Dorota. He said there was this girl he was planning to meet up with. Said she was alone every Monday night because her parents go to the cinema. Do you know what that means? It was Dorota Shaw. Fine, Sam. Birmingham. Mercury took us to Birmingham. We didn't know what for. We never really know what for. But we turned up. It started with a girl, Ginny. She was South African. I only mention it because that was its thing. Yeah. We didn't know at the time, but in hindsight, it was after South African girls. 3 to be exact. The Traveller wanted 3. You should ask Bronwyn. She's the one that knows about rights. I just know it normally involves 3, and all 3 share a common attribute. I guess you might call them demons, in as much as they can get inside us. They come from other worlds. Kind of, yeah. Quantum physics is real, didn't you know? There are many universes. In technical terms, a traveller is a trans-dimensional being far more superior to us, in as much as they can choose which reality to hang out in. We just get this one. Yes, disturbingly. It's actually a lot more complicated than that. They choose a reality/universe where they actually evolve to become the person they're possessing. So they jump in a few million years before our timelines intersect. They can't just jump into someone. It takes a few hours for that. They make the decision before they travel, which is why we can catch them. Yes, probably. The tarot doesn't just sat-nav us to normal murders.
The couch? I ask hopefully. Well, the gunshot's real. The alpaca took it in the chest.
Hello.
Curls a finger to beckon me over. Come here.
You have a lovely guest house.
It is quaint, isn't it? It's all my parents had when they died. We are literally sitting in my inheritance.
How did your parents die?
Father died first. Heart attack. They found him in the freezer when Mother died. She had a pulmonary embolism. I didn't really talk to them much.
Freezer?
Yes, she kept him in the chest freezer because she didn't want to be alone. Stored him perfectly. Still use it today.
And up, and I reached the top. What do you think, Poe?
Oh, that is... White,
Rain! I'm surprised to see you here. I take it you know about Dorota already. All that stuff we talked about yesterday, that's strictly between you and me.
What stuff?
That's the spirit. Now, I think it's best if we don't get caught speaking to each other. Overcautious, I'm sure, but I think it's for the best nonetheless. Maybe we can get together for a lad's night out after this is all blown over. Yeah?
Okay.
Great. Well, I'll see you soon.
Imposter syndrome, which is actually quite a common thing to suffer from. But very important that you believe in yourself, and if good things happen to you, just embrace them. Embrace them and keep moving forward and keep striving for the best.
Well, hello, gorgeous. Everyone in town's heard. She's a local celebrity now.
Local celebrity?
Violet? Of course not. I only have eyes for you.
That's not what I heard.
This again. I told you, I'm not seeing anyone else. I have gorgeous women in my studio all the time, but you're special. Not because you won't take off your clothes, I'm expecting that at some point. It's just, you're so clever and well educated. And the icing on the cake, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever met.
I came over last night, but you weren't here.
Well, that explains why there was no answer when I called you. I was definitely here.
A black void. I stared into it. Your body is nothing more than a prison for your consciousness.
I'm Zach Weston, just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Out. Perhaps I...
Zach! What are you doing here? Quick, don't let anyone see you.
Why don't you want anyone to see me?
What? You're the one who said we shouldn't be seen together. What are you doing here?
I wanted to make sure we were still okay.
What did you do? What did you say to Sam?
Everyone's talking about Dorota.
I know. But I suppose people like that attract trouble.
People like what?
Homewreckers. Anyway, I hope you didn't just come here to talk about Dorota.
Are you happy Dorota's dead?
I didn't say that. But we both know what Dorota was like. She practically threw herself at you.
She didn't throw herself at me.
Don't play games with me, Zach. You know how insecure I get.
Vanessa, and now I was literally holding on, about to get caught. Wait.
Zach, let me stop you there. You are one creepy fellow. Now, I don't know what you had going on with Dorota, but I don't want anything to do with it. Do not come back here. Please.
Sent me over 2 Christmases ago. Was never going to see any... Back of my pants. Oh, it's hot. Officer Peters looks me up and... hot too, but not as hot as the gun in the back of my... I wince. Yes, officer. Had a report of gunshots coming from this building. Didn't hear a thing.
Sensing the thing with Bronwyn went badly.
Why did you put me up to...
I need all hands on deck. You're a hand. At least I thought you were.
Nothing happened.
Never mind. At least you tried.
Is there anything else I can do?
No, you've done enough. I'll keep up my end of the bargain, make those speeding tickets go away, though technically you'd have more points than a hedgehog if I kept them. And if I do catch you speeding in August again, Oscar, instant ban. Capiche?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's soft, she said. It's then I realize Vanessa's body's gone. Just the throw remains. Still stroking the couch, she continues. Why do you keep the quilt on it? And after all, but not tonight. Around somewhere, and it didn't have many... I'd... Officer... I'll get going then. Or she turns around one last time. Be careful, she whispered.
Chief? Again?
Did Dorota have any online friends?
She didn't really use any social networks. Didn't have the time. Mainly just cello.
Go to any clubs or groups?
She helped out at a Rainbows group. I think it's like Cub Scouts for little kids. Did that with her mum. But, I don't know. Unless she was strangled by a 9-year-old.
Believe me now?
Hello. I know you. You're the police chief.
I understand that you knew Dorota Shaw.
We met briefly, yes. I freelanced for the August Chronicle, and they did a story about her.
Was that the first time you met her?
As far as I know. I meet a lot of people through work. Some are more memorable than others. I happened to mention my portrait services, so she booked a session with me.
When was this?
A few weeks ago.
What type of photos do you take?
For the paper. Record shots that any idiot with a phone can take. My studio is where the magic happens. Mainly portraiture, but I dabble in other areas.
Boudoir photography?
Sometimes, if that's what the client wants. Are you asking for yourself, or...?
It's for the case. Don't be facetious.
I'm deadly serious. Most of my clients are female, but I wouldn't like to assume.
Tell the chief.
You're listening to Radio August, Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Breathing seems so... Time oozed like molasses.
I bet he is. It was that thing I told you about Dorota. I mean, I didn't know it was her then. He wanted to show me these explicit photos of her, but I refused. And that's when he told me about her being alone on Mondays. I wonder who else he told that to.
Quality. Dimly lit in blue. Glass windows that span the wall were many bricks of white, the lights of the city. Pink. With twilight blue through...
It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't it what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket. Or a cab.
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Sam, I've got news. We've done a reading.
The Five of Swords. That's the same card as yesterday.
Let's hope it's not the Knight of Wands. This doesn't look good.
It's fine. This happens all the time. There are 78 cards in a deck. The same ones come up a lot.
I get it, but we drew the exact same cards yesterday. What are the odds of pulling all three again?
1 in 474,552. I know. I get asked a lot.
Bet it's a Ten of Swords.
It's happening again. There's going to be another murder. Then Lexi did her thing, and now we have a name. Ellis Monroe.
Lady with its disguise. Yes, I agreed to help. I thought to the bag lady that it will do no good for its disguise to float, since human beings don't float, except in water, and its disguise would be less unsettling if it had...
Sam, do me a favour, go easy on Violet. If we need to get anything out of her, let me deal with it. She'll open up to me.
Its present form was an approximation of its first victim, a homeless lady named Bethany. Bethany had lived a life of addiction, survived on a steadily dwindling income from prostitution as age, drugs, and street life took their toll on her market value. Until she ended up in the clutches of the entity. And
You must be Sam. I just got off the phone with Chief DuPont. I can't believe it. First Dorota, now me. Yes, we were friends. I hadn't known her for long, only a few weeks.
We met at the gala. I was hosting and she was playing the cello, you know? I guess we talked for a little while and then she asked me for a drink after the show. After we'd had a few drinks, she invited me back to her house. I thought we were just gonna chat, watch a movie, that sort of thing. Then she kissed me. I was so shocked. She was so attractive. So I kissed her back. This is just between us, right? We fooled around. I don't have many friends, Sam. Everyone thinks because I'm on the radio, I have tons of friends, so nobody ever approaches me. I get lonely. But Dorota was my friend, and I liked making her happy. Poe and Dorota, people I say hi to. I have thousands of followers and subscribers, and they keep me feeling warm when I'm down, but they're not friends. I do get the odd stalker, but that isn't something anyone wants. Oscar, yeah. She was a bit confused. When we started seeing each other, she didn't like him touching her anymore. I didn't mind, but she did. So I told her if he wanted to get sexual, then maybe she should try something else. I said some guys like to watch, so tell him it would be sexy if he could look but he couldn't touch. As far as I know, it worked. She told Oscar to watch from her walk-in wardrobe. When he was at a safe distance, she put on a show. She faked it. She told me she faked it. But you'd know best. It was her mom's. She was saving it in case she ever got married. We're co-hosts on the radio. Oh, sorry. You know that already. We've been partners for 2 years now. He's a good friend. Can't we be both, Sam? Poe's his radio name. He's actually John Poe. He's on air now, but you can come back at 8:30 if you want to see him. On air? We both were. We broadcast live hourly news reports. It's how we keep our funding. Not very well. He's done a few shoots of me and Poe to promote the show. No. Zach keeps asking, but I just don't want to. Not for him, but Dorota did. She gave me the pictures as a gift. She looked amazing. No. Sorry. I did have a strange dream last night, though. I was a Hollywood actress, and there were hundreds of magazines and newspapers all piling up on the red carpet, and they all had my picture on the front cover. But the red carpet wasn't carpet. It was a pool of blood, and it seeped through all the pages. Then I woke up. What do you think that means, Sam? I don't know what. I mean, I'm anxious now. Maybe it was predicting Dorota's death. Or mine.
Just don't hurt me. Or let me get hurt. Sam? You forgot your phone.
Circles. Uni was a hunter, and experience told Ivan she owe him.
Monroe. Everyone knows her. She's a local radio star here. I always get the shot, Sam. One way or another.
Yet she still picked it up to present to him. Its pitiful cack, 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 its only protest. He'd had to put that one out of its misery. He put all of them out of their misery. A stamp to the head. The tiny...
Excellent work. Gold star for you. Oh, hello. This is my goddaughter, Sophia. She's only 9 and she's a maths genius.
Hello.
I have to pop to my room to get something. Be nice to her while I'm gone. Otherwise I might have to smother you in your sleep.
What's your name? No, you're not. I've seen the boogeyman. Don't look like you. You want to know a secret? Violet was taken by aliens in their ship. She doesn't want anyone to know.
Sorry about that. Sophia, your mother will be here for you soon, so run along and wait. Now, Sam, how can I help you?
She has a wicked imagination for her age. Do you think you're sitting here now? Perception is reality, Sam. I needed to confide in someone, so I told Chief Dupont. Just Chief Dupont. And now you, apparently. Why are you talking about this again? You understand, every time you mention abduction, it opens up a vault of crushing memories that I'd rather stay locked up. No. Not even the moon. I don't really want to. About a month ago, the guest house was empty and I was alone in my bedroom. All I could hear was dripping. A cold tap. Drip. 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 And then it began. I could smell iron, a strong metallic smell. Then I could taste it on my tongue. And then weightlessness. Like time and space had stopped. That was the first time they took me. It's happened 5 times, even on clozapine. Get that strange aura, then I'm gone. I had tests for epilepsy, amongst other things. But all the scans were normal. No. I have certain flashbacks. It's difficult to explain. I'm stuck in the wall of an enormous room made from these wooden vines, except the vines slowly move and drip with pain. My head is pushed out like I'm a trophy. If I look to my side, there are others, heads, all prisoners, being experimented on. They rearrange us like decorations. Suck us backwards into the darkness and then thrust us back through the wall. And when they return me home, I'm broken. Cuts. Bruises. Memories. Of course! Poe and Monroe. She's on the radio. Yes, I believe I did. She was here once for something. I don't remember now.
Effort with the butter knife. Alternately plunging and trying.
I've heard on the radio, but other than that, I don't know anything about her. I want to help though. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Although we can be sure of one thing. Yeah, she sounded blonde on the radio, but Mercury called her as a redhead. A little bit. What did you want to know? A rite can take many forms, but from what we know about these travelers, it seems to be performing some kind of coming-of-age ceremony. Yes, a rite of passage. Running havoc in our dimension is rewarded in theirs. Not fair, is it? Three is a powerful number. There's a divine balance to it in our universe anyway. But maybe it doesn't mean anything where the traveler's from. Maybe 3 is just the carry-on limit for interdimensional travel. No. I can do a reading if you want. Nine of Cups. This is a very positive card. Is Zach a suspect? Something feels wrong. He's too smug, too self-congratulating, like he's got away with something. I don't like this, Sam. I don't like this one bit at all. Yes, of course. Anything. Why Violet? Do you think she's in danger? You don't think she's involved, do you? Leave it with me, I'll see what I can find out. And don't worry, I'll be super discreet.
But when used correctly in a pair.
Yes, I met her at the radio station. I was offering my services. Earning a living's tricky when you travel around as much as we do. And last time I checked, Violet wasn't offering us room and board for free. In Birmingham, it was a man called Yuri Harris. He worked as a butcher. He beheaded all 3 girls within hours of each other. And we couldn't stop it. He pleaded not guilty for reason of temporary insanity. The Butcher of Birmingham received 3 life sentences and won't be seeing the light of day anytime soon. We know it wasn't him, though. We know it was a traveller.
Maybe a shiny medal?
So what's the news about Ellis? I feel so useless sitting here. I want to help. Yes, please use me. Tell me what to do. Who's that? Is he a suspect? I guess he must be. Okay, I'm on the case. Just give me a minute to get ready and I'll be off.
Who was undressing. It's from there. Egypt.
You're only alive because we want you to be.
Honest, at first because of the handle, And if I look at it more closely...
Lexi Korn, how thin are these walls? I can hear you screaming at your Ouija board. Last night too. I feel like I've heard your whole life story. Does Sam like me? Is Violet a lesbian? Will Ellis die? Will Bronwyn die? That last one, don't worry about that.
Why not?
Och, I am Bronwyn MacLeod from the Clan MacLeod, and I am immortal. You silly badger.
You're there.
Should we try it now?
No,
Our job is so stressful.
Tell me about it. Chasing around the unknown, trying to triumph good over evil, generally standing around helpless watching people die.
Why do we do it?
For me, it's a common decency thing. Hi, I'm Bronwyn. Did you know the Earth was overrun by transdimensional evil? Want to help fix it? Sure.
Transdimensional evil?
I'll read the manual, Lex. People are afraid of ghosts, zombies, and aliens. They never even think to consider the possibility that there are millions of universes, potentially with millions of predators, all far more evolved than we are. What are our chances of victory? Minuscule. But if we don't fight at all, 0.
Accelerates me towards the pavement, 32 stories below, telling me that the secret was to never hit the ground.
Sorry, we're closed. Unless you're here for something else.
I'm a friend of Dorota's.
Dorota. I'm sorry about what happened.
Can
It's a bit late, but I think I could spare a few minutes. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Lexi.
Lexi? I like it. It's got an edge.
Dorota says she knew you.
Yeah, she had a portrait session with me. Can I get you a drink?
No thanks. Sure.
Here, I've only got vodka. You're old enough to drink, right?
Of course.
Just checking. Have you ever thought about dyeing your hair red? I think it would suit you.
You're dating Violet, aren't you? I know what you did to Dorota. You're dating Violet, aren't you?
No, we're just friends.
That's not what you told Sam. That's not what Violet thinks.
Violet doesn't always see things clearly. It's fine. I know how to handle her.
Doesn't see what clearly?
You know, some women, they think a bunch of flowers means a relationship. Anyway, why are we talking about Violet? Let's talk about you.
I know what you did to Dorota.
I didn't do anything to Dorota.
You killed her. You seduced her. You killed her.
I thought we were going to have a friendly chat. I'm sorry about your friend, but I'm not having you here while you accuse me of murder. Get out.
They are all standing around me and they're all crying. Oh, Robin. That sounds like quite a horrible one to wake up to every day.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
Perhaps Robin has a willingness to reconnect with her family. It's not possible for Robin because perhaps issues. It's just not how it used to be. they want to reconnect, or perhaps they can't reconnect, and they're feeling the pressure. That wanted to, as the family had wanted to.
I think we should break up. I need to talk about Ellis Monroe.
What have you been doing with Ellis Monroe?
What haven't I been doing? What have you heard?
The tarot readers have predicted that she's the next victim. Do you think we should do something?
Want to fool around?
Is that really all you think about? It's starting to look like August has a serial killer targeting redheads. Look at my hair, Zach. Does this look red to you?
I think
in this. And I know it, by the sounds of it, this is very sad, and it feels like it's full of grief. Robin, you're not alone. Many of us that go through situations like this. So
just by hearing your words, I think Robin can take heart and can understand what's going on. I think that could be a...
Hello, lovely. Take a look at this. It's a picture of the rota.
I don't want to see pictures of your conquests.
It's not like that. It's just a press photo. Do you see anything in it?
A girl holding a cello.
Just my mind playing tricks, I guess. Sometimes when I drink enough and I'm alone enough, I can step into them.
Step into them.
It's like a hologram. The pictures become three-dimensional and I can move around inside them. Like virtual reality, but real. The picture comes alive when I'm inside it. Things move around. They talk.
They talk. What do they say?
And this one is just a rota. So I'm in her living room. She says that she should have been nicer to me. And I should make her be nice.
You're insane.
That's why I want a picture of you. So I can get inside it.
Except for a moment. It was a monstrous mouth of some deep sea horror, ringed with a row of teeth, too impossible to fit in the room, and yet there it was, until it wasn't. All called from its victims.
Do you believe tarot can predict things now?
I'm not one for mystics and crystal balls. I'm a Virgo.
It says you're lying about your alibi.
Oh, I suppose it has a 50-50 chance of getting it right.
The air was...
What a day. Ellis Monroe, then. Looks like our traveller likes redheads.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Well, what then? Just young women in general? No. I think it's definitely looking for redheads.
Black eyeless sockets led...
Ron, what are we going to do about Ellis?
What would you do about Ellis?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Let's think. What have we tried before?
The few times we've caught up with the traveller, nothing's worked.
Talking to them? Killing them? Restraining them?
If we lock up the killer until Mercury tells us Ellis is safe, that could work. But who is the killer?
Ellis. Zach. Violet. Oscar. Sam. Chief Dupont. Rain. Chief Dupont. Sam. Chief Dupont.
No.
Disguise would be less unsettling if it had eyes, and were less. Floating or standing.
Who is Sophia?
You saw her, did you? She's my goddaughter, at that age where she overshares.
Is she a ghost?
What makes you say that, Rain? Is there something about her aura?
Until she ended up in the clutches of the.
What is it, Ray?
I have a plan.
You do? Enlighten me.
Maybe Ellis should stay with us. Maybe Ellis should stay with Chief Dupont.
With his track record, I'm pretty sure he'd like to lock Ellis up, for safety. But it probably would break a couple of Geneva Conventions, even if it was for her own good.
Nightmares, fraying at the edges.
Hi, Rain. Did you miss me while I was gone?
So,
I'm honestly not going to try and worry about this one. We've told Sam, and I think that's all we can do.
really? Well, what's Sam going to do?
I believe Sam is going to save Ellis. According to the Ouija, this could play out in a lot of different ways, but mostly saving Ellis.
What?
Ellis could run, Ellis could die, Ellis could be saved, mistaken identity, someone else dies. There's a lot of noise coming from the beyond, but it's not just a load of voices saying Ellis will die. Sam's got this.
Is probed. The worm didn't go down, but up. Up into and then until it was my brain.
Haven't you done enough predicting my death?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just kidding. I know it's not your fault. Well, unless you're the killer.
Have you made a decision about the show?
I think it's a no. Sorry. It's just the reading that you gave me the other day. I don't want to scare off the audience.
Why would I scare off your listeners? What reading?
The reading you gave me. To show me what you could do. It was scarily accurate.
What was accurate?
Everything. My broken heart, the enveloping darkness, my beautiful death. You said it was just a metaphor, that it was just about transformation. But it's not. I'm going to die, aren't I?
This one the worm had to be told when talking with coworkers in asset management. I looked into the...
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief Dupont.
Sense something was wrong.
Claude.
Comprehend the true horror.
Chief, what a surprise to see you. Again.
Why didn't you tell me Ellis was next?
I told you Dorota was first. And that didn't turn out very well, did it? Let's hope Sam does a better job than you did.
Not hear the usual refrain. Not this one. What's special about this one? The answer was nothing.
Chief, I wanted to ask you something.
Is it about the boudoir photos?
Yeah. So it's true then?
I haven't seen them. I'm sorry. It's all tasteful stuff. Maybe a gift for you.
I didn't get them. Now I feel like I'm the only person who hasn't seen them.
What did you want to ask?
Am I still a suspect?
Yes. No.
Okay. Good. Listen, I think I might get out of this place soon. I need some space.
Building with a vacant penthouse. So I said yes.
Chief Dupont. Thanks for calling in.
I'm just checking you're safe.
At the moment, my heart's beating 1,000 times a minute and I can't sit still. Every noise or knock on the door makes me jump out of my skin, and I keep looking behind me. Is that safe?
Have I ever let you down?
Yes, actually. Last year? With Dennis, remember?
Dennis?
Yes, Dennis. The stalker who broke into Radio August chloroformed me, tied me up, after stripping me down to my underwear. I told you about him 4, 5, 6 times, and you never did anything. Chief DuPont, yes. I'm scared.
And nightmares.
With Poe and Monroe. So, Robbins had this. I'm trying to remember their names, but I can't. And the family are all me, and they're all crying.
Zach, what are you doing here?
I've been a naughty boy. I need to tell my previous partners.
Good to know. I'm not one of them, though, so... Unless there's anything else?
Pose for me.
Zach, please stop asking. It's not gonna happen.
Just, undo a few...
And, it's just not, perhaps not how it used to be. They want to reconnect, or perhaps they can't reconnect, and they've... Yes, as they may have wanted to.
Well, Poe, if I'm honest, you are quite right. The situation is related to painful from the past. They represent your past. So forgetting also suggests that you're feeling overwhelmed. But in this case, family represents feeling. Now, from what I'm taking from this, Robin, I break away from a painful situation that's happened in your past. And you feel...
It's 9 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Investigations into the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw are continuing this evening. Miss Shaw was found dead in her home at approximately 10 p.m. last night in what police are describing as a puzzling case. Residents are urged to be cautious until the perpetrator is caught. I cannot stress this enough, August. Stay safe out there. You mean the world to me. I think Robin can take heart and can,
You're the detective. Monroe just called. This is madness. Who would want to hurt her? We've worked together for years. She's the light to my shade, the angel to my demon, the diamond to my lump of coal. She told me to say all those things. Heavens no. I have a wife and 3 children, beloved spawn of my loins. Monroe and I are good friends, that's all. Only a madman, or woman. Monroe is August's sweetheart. Poe and Monroe, that was her idea. Our show. We were just another local radio station before that. It was Monroe who decided we should have a theme. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe. Don't tell me you haven't heard it, detective. That's what the Free Radio Project is all about. Uniting August via the airwaves. Monroe's been delivering free radios anywhere people might want to listen. Doctors' surgeries, hairdressers, the guest house. I believe she charmed the local electrical store into donating them, in exchange for free advertising, of course. We interviewed her about her scholarship not too long ago. Do you think whoever killed Dorota plans to kill Monroe? What makes you think she's in danger? Tarot. Does this have anything to do with the gentleman who who stopped by. I didn't get his name, I'm afraid. He offered to do a spot on our show, doing tarot readings to answer listener questions. We said we'd think about it. Dennis Piper, or Victor, as he's now known, an over-affectionate fan that read one too many Lovecraft novels, tried to sacrifice Alice, would you believe? Lucky I was here to save her. Yes, Dennis became Victor and moved to Sweden under the witness protection scheme. That's a whole other story I don't know about. You know, this town is fascinating. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Have you ever read up on the real history of August? The official story is that Mary August retired from a life on the high seas, found a nice spot here, and used her ill-gotten gains to establish a town. But that's not what really happened. It's true that Mary August was a pirate, but she didn't retire. Her ship was sunk on the rocks just off the coast. Mary and all of her crew sought refuge in a small fishing town, this one. They slaughtered everyone, men, women, and children, all dead and dismembered in their own homes. The bodies were dumped in a mass grave. Well, the body parts. And the pirates moved in. Yes, August was built on the blood of innocents. Kind of puts De Rota's murder into perspective, doesn't it? On that note, I should probably get back to the booth. The show must go on. Death threats be damned. Look after Monroe, detective. She's the only Monroe I've got.
And I believe I'm...
Sam, I've got some heavy rain news. Lawrence Petrovsky, that's his real name, and no, he's not a Russian spy. But he does have a criminal record. He was charged with the murder of a 21-year-old artist. Looks like he got off on a technicality by all accounts. About 3 months ago in Hong Kong. Be careful, Sam. If you're going to ask him about this, it could be a flight risk. And you know, there's a good chance he could be the killer. Door's behind you.
It's now 10 o'clock. Here's your August update. Investigations deepen into last night's...
Now, this is a particularly interesting one. So this is coming from Marek.
Hey, I'm going. There's too many people asking questions. It's exhausting. I'm off to stay at my aunt's. I'll come back tomorrow, but I've said everything I can say.
Poker. I fall, but I... Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Poe?
Yeah, I think it has several interesting elements to it.
Oh, it's you. I was hoping it might be Zach. No? Oh, him, yes. I've heard him on the radio. Never met in real life, though. Are you mocking me, Sam? No, I have never met the man. No. And I've got some very important news for him if he ever shows up. Yes. If he ever shows up. Yes, now I remember. It's the one in the hall. Sometimes cuts through the unbearable silence in this place. Not really. I expected her to be blonde for some reason.
spot on, actually, about the sharks being something negative. But in this case, the sharks actually refer to the negative people that are in your...
Sorry, Sam, what can I do for you? Yeah, I always cry around this time of night. What's the point, Sam, huh? If we can't save them. Mercury is a curse. It's like some tourist guide for murders. I try for Lexi and Rain to make them think that we can make a difference, make a change, but we haven't so far. What if we can't make a change? Maybe if we could just save one person, Sam. Alice. We need to save her. We need to. Yes, she's definitely got a monkey on her back. I saw her get changed. She's got all these scars on her back in the shape of a monkey. Like they've been burned into her. What the hell happened to her, Sam? Yes, I managed to sneak a look at her laptop. She's been Googling Ellis Munro. It rings a bell, but no. Sorry, Sam.
They've never seen, and I think they're very ambitious, and there might be a little over.
It was weird. Zach thought he'd already met me. Why would that be, Sam? He thought I'd gone back to have my photo taken on a bed. What sort of photographer is he? And you sent me there by myself, Sam. Anyway, I did find out one thing. He has a massive collection of books about serial killers. What's that about? A who, what, betroths what? No. Should I? He's off the radio. I don't really know him. Actually, I'm glad you're here. I really, really want to do a reading for you right now. You know, to help. Great. Let me just draw 3 cards for you. I shuffled before you got here. Okay. Oh, the 2 of Cups. That's mysterious. Is there anyone you feel a spark of attraction to? Maybe someone you've met recently? The Lovers. I did not expect that. It seems this attraction has the potential to be life-changing, if you want it to be. And finally, the Knight of Cups. This card is about pursuing your heart's desire. I think it's time to tell that someone special how you really feel. Wow, what an interesting reading. Does it mean anything to you? You catch on quickly, don't you, Sam?
A pair of pickle-shaped cufflinks. And there it is, in the bottom drawer, the patchwork quilt Mom sent me over 2 Christmases ago. Was never going to see any other kind of...
Don't confirm the existence of travelers. They're not ready.
Too, but not as hot as the gun in the back of my pants. Yes, officer. We've had a report of guns coming from this building. Didn't you? Sheepishly. Mind if I take a look around? Oh, not at all, I say, letting her through. The office takes about 5.
Violet, I'm actually a bit tied up at the moment. Well, in danger, actually.
Hurriedly. She nods. Mind if I try? I protest as she sits down, but it's too late. She's definitely... say 20 flights. It's soft.
Zach, the game is up. I think you should leave town.
What?
I know where you were last night. I followed you to Dorota's house. Well, I didn't know it was Dorota's house until we arrived. Call it women's intuition.
I was at the studio. You were at Dorota's.
Don't change the subject. Sam and Dupont will put 2 and 2 together.
And then what?
And then they're going to arrest you. You weren't there long, I suppose, but then I guess it doesn't take you long, does it?
You were spying on me.
I followed you there, then back to the studio. You lied to the police. You lied to me. I'm done with you. We're finished. Don't come back here again.
Say, looking at my gun, but I just shot you. You didn't shoot me, she smiles. I told you to think about me, and you did. Alpaca couch, I ask hopefully. Oh, the gunshot. The alpaca took. Weeks wasted. I knew I had a reason for wanting her dead. I point the gun at her and sneer. You mean like, babies? I mean like this. She curls a finger to beckon me over. Come here. I move.
Alice, do you have the amethyst? Poe's amethyst pendant? The one we have the buyer for?
Poe's pendant? I don't know.
It has to happen tonight. We can just go to your place now and get it.
Someone's trying to kill me.
If you don't get me that pendant, it's gonna be me. You said if I sold that damn thing for you, you'd let me take any photos I wanted to. And maybe more. So let's just get the thing so we can move on to the next stage.
No.
You should go, Ellis. You're just like Dorota. A supermassive tease.
All these holes in the room. Big dark holes in...
Elle, I'm so sorry. You mean everything to me. I won't let you die.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. It's you who's shrouded in darkness, my love. Elle, we must finish what we started.
Nope.
Us. Our love. I don't care what happens to me. I'm going to leave her. I know I keep saying it, but this time, I really do mean it. Are you ready to spend the rest of your life with me, no matter its length?
No.
No? Oh. Sorry. Sorry, it's me. I overindulged. Emotional. Forget what I said. Let's get through this. Let's get you safe.
I slept with Dorota.
Oh. Why? And why are you telling me now?
You didn't know?
No. No, I didn't know. You know how to pull at my heartstrings, don't you, Miss Monroe? But it doesn't change the way I feel about you today. I forgive you, Elle. I worship you, don't you see that?
Perhaps to be the person you wish. If you can wish it, you can do it. Thank you for your dreams. You're listening to Radio August.
Wide, read by Adam Day. From this height, Nighttime London sparkles, arms wide, gravity.
Well, if Violet said it, it must be true. I was here last night, as I said. I find the whole subject fascinating. What makes them tick? Nature or nurture? The FBI's behavioral science unit profiled your average serial killer as a white male in his late 20s. Not very progressive, is it? Probably right here? Why? I didn't realize I was under house arrest. If you've got proof, arrest me, Sam. You're reaching. I'll go where I want, not where you want me to be.
Scandal involving a woman. I guess that's how most of them.
I couldn't do this without him. He looks out for me. He's my best friend. What do you know, Sam? It's true. A girl likes to keep her options open. What if someone new were to turn up in town and I realize that I like them more? It's not an act. I have a sweet tooth. And I want to taste all the sweet things. I delivered radios all over town. I don't think I should have bothered with some of them, though. I don't think... Violet, is it? I don't think Violet liked me very much. Maybe. I don't know why anyone would be threatened by me, though. I'm not interested in stealing anyone's man. I didn't steal Poe. He gave himself to me. It's not what it sounds like. Dorota lost her scholarship. She said it was an administrative error. She showed me the letter and everything. They tend not to report those kind of things, Sam. The money was for her, Sam, so she could have her dream of being a cellist. I wanted her to have her dream. It doesn't matter now. No, not exactly. I told him I was in trouble with credit cards, and he offered to bail me out. I asked if I could have one of his artifacts, and of course he gave it to me. It's off. I said I'd pose for some photos, but that's it. I used to be a burlesque dancer, so I don't mind showing my body, but Zach's not getting a private show. Not now.
Upside down Toyota, clutching his spare magazine.
Yes, I'm surprised she told you about that. How did that come up? I see. There's a plethora of ways you could have protected your source, but instead you pretend you've been having breakfast with Alice. Maybe you should see a psychiatrist, Sam. I can recommend a good one.
It's in far better shape than he is. I limp past the wreck towards the exit ramp. At the top, against it, I may have time to take all 8 shots before. Too fast for Jimmy to hit. She tore, pulling out his spine like an afterthought. I grabbed his gun and ran. The screaming paper dolls.
John, I'm gonna be fine. On the radio? I started at Radio August about 2 years ago. Why?
No, Do you want me to leave my wife?
I only want you to do what makes you happy. I'll be waiting for you either way.
Why didn't you tell me about Dorota?
What didn't I tell you about Dorota?
That you were sleeping with her.
It was just a fling, John. I wanted to try something different. To stretch myself. I would have told you eventually. All three of us could have had fun together. You do want to have fun with me, don't you, John?
My first shot goes wide, but it's enough to send her sprinting directly for me. The second from the puddle at the base of the ramp, her hospital gown.
So that's what this is about. Chief Dupont has finally dug up my old record. I am Lawrence Petrovsky. Victoria Cheng, a very good painter. I didn't kill her, though. I was trying to save her. Hong Kong. It was our third encounter with a traveller. We'd managed to trap her on the roof of an apartment complex. Roughly translated, the building was called Flight, which was ironic. When the traveller realised we had it cornered, it tried to jump off. I managed to grab Victoria's ankle, but I couldn't hold on. Hong Kong being Hong Kong, there was about 37 tourists that filmed the whole thing. So to some people, it looked like I was dangling her over the edge of a building to meet her doom. I wasn't. I was trying to save her. Honestly, you don't. Once they're caught, a few hours later, they've hopped timelines into someone else. We just keep chasing them, continuously trying to stop them ruining lives. No, but they don't like being exposed. If Mercury pointed them out, they're already in trouble. We'd do a reading. Mercury would know.
Visions of hair or clothes, but a subtle morphing. The robes were fish scales, briefly, but again.
It's now 10 o'clock. Here's your August update. Investigations deepen into last night's murder.
August's gone crazy tonight. I've just got off the phone with someone who thinks they saw a UFO on one of the nights that Violet went missing. Aliens would be normal right now. Anyway, now you're here, it's time. What do you suggest we do with Alice Munro? Good call. If she's not here, she can't get hurt.
I don't understand. You're staying here, but you want me to leave? Where should I go? Be careful, Sam. I'm starting to fall for you.
If you're caught transitioning, there will be consequences.
Sam,
She swears she went home and saw her doppelganger? I don't know what to tell you, Sam. The only good news here is, well, the only news we needed anyway, is that Ellis is still alive. Bronwyn Castle called and said that Ellis is safe. They have a new target now.
It's 11 o'clock. I'm Poe, and this is your August update. Police investigating the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw say they are getting closer to apprehending the killer. The death of Miss Shaw, who was found strangled at her home late last night, has sparked a massive police operation and caused alarm amongst August residents. Monroe has some personal business to attend to, but she sends you all her love and hopes to be back on the air tomorrow. And Monroe, if you can hear me, I'm sending my love out to you too. That's 11 o'clock with Poe.
Sam, I have some bad news. We've done a group reading, and it's you. We can't predict that. The next victim, it's you. I'm sorry. I think you've interfered too much. That's why you're the next target. I've called Chief DuPont already. He's asked that you meet with him. You should go, Sam. Be careful.
Sam, it's almost midnight. You're still alive. This is a good thing, but no one's even attempted to kill you yet. You've given me a lot of evidence, enough to arrest someone. But who? Make the right decision, and you should be safe. If we don't, well, we've all got to sleep at some point. I can get someone to guard your room at the guest house, but it might not be enough. So, Sam, who should I arrest? During that whole thing with Ellis, the only people I couldn't keep track of were Rain, Zach, and Violet. I don't want to believe it's Violet, but that's why you're here. You're impartial. Out of those three names, who was with Dorota at the time of her murder, or who has an alibi that doesn't check out? This is on you, Sam. Just give me a name. Zach, I don't trust him either. He's definitely creepy. I'll go and pick him up myself. With all the information you've given me, I think it'll be enough. Maybe he'll confess too. That would help. Good luck, Sam. If you've picked the wrong person, you're still in danger.
Sam, you asked for these earlier. Make sure you get some sleep now. You'll need it. Night.
I'm sorry, that was in bad taste. Bronwyn asked me to check that you're okay, and you seem to be. Well done catching a killer, by the way. Well, hopefully you did. Scream if you need me.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and this is Poe with your August update. We don't normally have them at this time, but since there's a killer on the loose, I feel it's my duty to keep the radio station manned. I personally spoke with Chief DuPont earlier, and he thinks they're close to catching the killer. Until that happens, though, please lock your doors and stay inside. Remain vigilant. The light has faded, and so has my fortitude. I see things in shadows, behind doors and under desks. I hear the chattering of teeth and the glee of insects waiting to feed on me. The studio undulates like a heart that beats its last beats. I can't go on. I must to bed. Forgive me, Lady August. Forgive me.
Hello, sleepyhead. I'm so glad to see you alive. Enjoy the journey, Sam. Don't think of things as ending. Something new is beginning. Zach is still locked up. He's being charged for murder. Travelers don't like being incarcerated, so they'll have jumped realities already. It's not something that a jury will believe. The shell they've left behind won't remember what they've done. And spend a life in prison. All we can do is try and stop the next one. Sam, come with us, please. We could really use someone like you and, well, just... will you? Really? Oh, Sam, that's wonderful. Let's finish packing and we can leave this afternoon. Sam, thank you. We're going to change lives, believe me.
Hey, sweet cheeks. You did good. Real good. You win. A Lexi hug. Sam, I'm just going to say it because you only live once and all that. Sam, I think I've fallen for you. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. It's out there now. We can get on with our lives. You too? I'm the happiest girl in the world. We have some catching up to do.
Sam, you're safe. Thank Christ. Sorry. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, I know. There's been a lot of death going around. Look, however this pans out, I just wanted to say thank you. Chief Dupont was going to screw everything, but you kept it all together. The riot was stopped. But there's tens, if not hundreds, going on all the time, so we got to keep going. I don't know if Bron asked in the end, but I hope you're coming with us. I really do.
I didn't think you'd leave without saying goodbye. People do horrible things to people every day. I'm just glad there's someone like you around to save us. I mean, everyone needs a little saving from time to time. Even me. That's easy for you to say. Look what you've just been through. I'd have been dead a few hours ago if it wasn't for you. But you're right. I am strong. I will be fine. But I like having you around, Sam. I hope you're staying.
Sam, you did good. I thought you would. I mean, not that I've got a signed confession or anything. Yet. Apparently, they don't remember anything about the murders, but Bronwyn seems pretty convinced it's over. Well done. I hear you're leaving town with the tarot readers. That's a real big shame. You were starting to fit in here. But good luck to you. You're doing what many of us have died trying. Leaving August. And I've stuck to my word. That problem you had, I buried it. The coroner's report is going to say the woman was dead when you arrived, not after. I don't personally believe in exorcism or anything like that, but over the last 24 hours, I'm starting to think things aren't as cut and dried as I'd like them to be. You're a good person, Sam. At least that's definitely how it looks from the outside.
I am Dorota. I am 21 years old. I love playing cello, and I just been awarded a scholarship to Juilliard. I just love cello. I love all string instruments, but cello is rich and deep and soothing, at least to me. No, cello is my hobby, but my real passion is... It's silly, it sounds silly. Well, I would like to build a time machine. I know. But it is possible. I think people make mistakes. They do things they regret and they say things they don't mean. I want to go back in time. I want to make better choices.
You know why you're here, don't you? Because you did well. And you know what happens when you do well? Augmentation. Congratulations, Agent 3.13. Welcome to 3.14. Debriefing 3204, Birmingham. Transmit. And we're ready. Are you human? Debrief complete. Agent ready. You can go.